Hey guys, how are you guys doing? Been about a week. I ain't seen you guys. We're back with some news that we can use. Listen, Donald Trump, but I think he did this a few months ago. I seen somewhere he did this a few months ago where he called Canadians nasty. Now, this video is like a week old, week or 2 weeks old. So did he say that? Did he say that again? Did he re-say that? What am I talking about? Did he say that again? Or is this from a few months ago? I don't know. We're going to check it out and see what he has to say, man. And, I don't know why he's calling Canadians nasty. He's the one who started doing crazy, unpredictable things. But, as always, let's go.
Focus once again on the U.S. president's previous referrals to Canadians as nasty. Amid the trade war, the U.S. ambassador to this country provoking strong reaction here after suggesting at a conference in the States the reasons Donald Trump views Canadians as mean and nasty to deal with is because many residents are boycotting U.S. travel and American booze is still off the shelves. What some would call pushback. CTV's Katie Griffin has been following this story and joins us live. Katie.
Patricia, BC Premier David Eby, whose office received the audio of these comments, says the remarks show these efforts to stand up to Trump are having an impact. Many in Ottawa say Trump's rhetoric just strengthens their resolve to buy Canadian and boycott travel down south.
We have Genevieve here out of Montreal.
At Maker House, the push to buy Canadian is as strong as ever.
We're up still double last year this past week. So even after Canada Day, the push to buy Canadian is sustaining. The current upswing is more people finding the value in keeping their money in their community.
That's what drew this couple in. They're visiting from Cambridge, Ontario.
We usually like taking trips to the States because there was so much to do, so much to see. But now we've been finding that going to places around Canada is a lot better. We just really like supporting, Canada right now.
That's right.
So we've been avoiding the States for the moment.
Trade tensions heightened after U.S. Ambassador Pete Hoekstra said this at a conference in Washington State.
Canadians staying home, that's their business. I don't like it, but if that's what they want to do, it's fine. If you want to ban American alcohol, that's fine. There are reasons why the president and some of his team refer to Canada as being mean and nasty to deal with. Okay, because of some of those steps.
I think Trump is Trump, and
Man, hold on. He said he don't like it, but that's fine. Why don't you like it, man? But you agree with what Trump's doing to them? I wonder if he did. I want to hear this full segment of when he spoke, because I want to know if he agrees to what Trump is doing to the Canadians, what he has been doing to the rest of the countries around the world. Is he okay with this type of treatment? Is he okay with them trying to call them the 51st state, trying to force them to be the 51st state? Is he okay with that? Because if you're okay with that, then yeah, you wouldn't like what they're doing. But if you're not okay with that, then you would agree and support what they're doing, standing up for themselves, which is much needed, man. There's nothing wrong with that. Guys, I support what you're doing, and I don't find anything wrong with it at all. This is what should happen. And this is why and that it shows that the effects of you guys sticking together and buying Canadian and keeping your money inside your country, that's hitting the U.S. right in the pockets. And that's why they're addressing all of this. And they don't like that their pockets are getting hit. That's the problem. Yeah, that's the real problem.
And, we listen to him, and then we just let one thing, what he says, go through one ear and out the other.
I don't know. I just feel if he's calling us nasty, it's projection. That seems to be a bit of his playbook, constantly throwing names and calling names and whatnot.
As negotiations continue between Canada and the U.S., Ontario's premier says Canada needs to match President Donald Trump's tariffs dollar for dollar.
There's one thing President Trump understands, is strength. He doesn't understand or appreciate weakness. He will roll over us like a cement roller if you show an ounce of weakness.
As the trade war drags on, for many Canadians, the choice is easy.
We've decided we're not going to be traveling to the U.S. for a good little while. and we're buying as many Canadian products as we can.
We have to respect our country, to respect ourselves, and there's no way that we're going to spend money in the United States, for probably many years to come.
Well, what do you guys think her accent is from? Which part of Canada they have this? Do they have this type of accent?
Years to come.
A U.S. Embassy spokesperson also said the ambassador had expressed optimism about the relationship between our two countries. So whether this impacts negotiations and where we go from here is anyone's guess.
Ambassador to Canada Pete Hoekstra made some, let's call them, interesting comments today about relations between our two countries, and he theorized why President Trump calls Canadians mean and nasty.
Yeah, he was just south of the border today in Bellevue, Washington, at a conference there, talking to 200 people or so. Caught inadvertently, I think, on audio, talking about why Donald Trump considers Canada to be so mean and nasty. In his words, is because we won't travel to the States and we won't buy U.S. liquor. Here's the ambassador to Canada for the United States, Mr. Hoekstra.
Canadians stay home, but that's their business. I don't like it, but if that's what they want to do, it's fine. You want to ban American alcohol, that's fine. It doesn't necessarily send real positive signals in terms of they're treating us well. There are reasons why the president and some of his team refer to Canada as being mean and nasty to deal with, okay, because of some of those steps. But, that's Canadians' business, not mine.
Why are you talking
again,
about
that's Mr. Hoekstra's characterization of why Trump thinks we're so mean and nasty. BC Premier David Eby, very quick to respond here, issuing a statement saying today Trump's ambassador to Canada suggested that Canadians are mean and nasty for...
Hold on, man. Hold on. Who is this guy they got read? What's his name? He's struggling right there. Now, I know sometimes when I get on there, I'm reading struggling, but he's a professional. He shouldn't be doing all that stuttering. Hold on, man. Hold on, buddy.
Issuing a statement saying today Trump's ambassador to Canada suggested that Canadians are mean and nasty for staying here in our country instead of traveling to the United States, and for boycotting American liquor. Clearly, our efforts are having an impact. He went on to say, so I say to my fellow Canadians, keep it up. Keep buying Canadian, keep your vacations Canadian. We would take these attacks on our jobs, our economy, and our sovereignty lying down. We won't do that, which, again, stand strong together. Sorry, I'm having difficulty with these graphics because my screen in front of me has suddenly become a little blurry. But again, that's the response from David Eby today. The Premier saying this is actually working in BC's interest. It shows we got the Americans' attention when it comes to boycotting travel and liquor sales. Tomorrow, of course, the Prime Minister will be meeting with the Premiers. Very unusual. The Premiers usually gather on their own. Prime Ministers don't usually attend Premiers meetings. This has now become a First Minister's meeting. And, of course, tariffs are the #1 item on the agenda.
Mm-hmm. Hey, man, don't be drinking on the job now. It seems like you've been drinking on the job, buddy. But yeah, man, let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going to happen. But, so what if Trump calls Canadians nasty and mean? We don't care what he says. You feel me? Well, don't nobody care what he says. He can say what he wants to say. How do you guys feel about Trump? Let's say that. Read that. Has he heard how everyone feels about him? Even me as an American, how do I feel about Trump? I feel like he's a clown. He always got something to say, man, and it's annoying. But anyway, guys, that's the video. We really don't. Man, listen. It doesn't matter. Keep doing what you guys are doing. Hit them where it hurts. And that's just how it needs to be until he shows some respect for Canada and other people. Not to think that America runs the world and he's the say all and be all. No, it doesn't work like that, Donald Trump.